dilly, filly, willy, nilly, hilly, billy, silly, hilly, billy, nilly, willy, here. And today I'm joined with the one and only snack that smiles back, Skittles, and Alec. And and today we're doing.
Pretty sure that's a goldfish.
No.
Same thing.
Basically the same thing. But today we're doing Storytime Saturday, and Alec has this hilarious story that he needs to tell, and I am hoping that it's funny because, you know, if it isn't funny, then this is going to be a waste of time. But let's go. Get into it.
Very awkward sounding video. Alright. So, as you guys may know, Novi34, one of my close friends, his name is Bryce, and we live relatively close to each other. So I had gone over to his house last night, and so did Skittles. So we both went over there and slept over. And we didn't have any dinner. I had half of a tiny ass pizza. So I was really really hungry at 1 o'clock because we were playing Cards Against Humanity. And so me, Daniel, and Bryce, Daniel Skittles 9002 by the way, we at about 1 o'clock, me and Daniel had gotten hungry. So we're like, Bryce, let's go make some food. And Bryce always has a freezer full of pizzas and stuff, pizza rolls and everything. I don't know how he isn't fat, but so we go up there and we're like, Bryce, we're rummaging through his pantry. There's literally an infinite amount of food in there. There's nothing in here, and there was literally there was chips, there was mac and cheese things, and I'm like, yeah, Bryce, there's nothing in here. There's nothing you can just pop into the microwave and it's done, isn't there? He's like, yeah, basically. So Bryce is not a good chef. And so we're like, okay, well, if Bryce is going to be too weenie to make something, we're going to go out to the freezer and just put something in the pizza oven. So we go out to the freezer, and we're rummaging through there, and he has this freaking box of pizza rolls. So we're like, oh, Bryce, let's freaking make these pizza rolls. And he's like, no. And we're like, why can't we make these pizza rolls? He goes, because they're mine, and we gotta eat them. And no, he goes, they're mine, and that's my food for the next week. And you're gonna eat for the next week. You're gonna only eat pizza rolls. And they weren't even on-brand pizza rolls. They were off-brand pizza rolls.
They're like cheese pizza rolls.
Yeah, they were off-brand pizza rolls. So we're like, Bryce, what? So you can't let us eat these pizza rolls. And he's like, no, because they're my food for the next week. We're like, so he has 2 freezers in his garage. The first one had the pizza rolls in it, and then a 5-pound bucket of roast beef. That's not a lie. We look in there, and there's a freaking bucket of roast beef. It was hilarious. And it was amazing. And then stop laughing. And then we go through a second freezer, and we find this bag of frozen chimichangas, and we're like, Bryce, let's make these chimichangas. And of course, being the Bryce that he is, he goes, no. And we're like, why? Because he goes, I don't want to make a mess. I'm like, you're gonna have to take them out of the bag, unthaw them, and put them in the pizza oven for 11 minutes. That's a lot of work, isn't it? He goes, basically, yeah. So we're sitting there for about 25 minutes trying to convince him to make us chimichangas. And in this whole 25 minutes, we're throwing stuff at each other. We're shooting water bottle caps at each other. Bryce, make us some chimichangas. No. Okay, I'm gonna shoot the bottle cap at you. Okay. And then he takes this freaking vacuum hose and whacks me in the stomach, and I had a big welt on for the rest of the night. I had this big old red mark on my stomach, and it really hurt. And then, so finally, we just went back downstairs because Bryce, we couldn't
Didn't even eat anything.
Didn't even eat. We didn't eat a thing. And Daniel and I had
freaking
6 hours. And we go back downstairs, and we're like, ugh. So we just play Cards Against Humanity for 10 more minutes, and we're all tired because we had no pop either, so we couldn't stay awake. We had no food. So we just go back downstairs, and we just go to bed. And the next morning, before that night, Daniel told me to wake him up as soon as I get up because he was supposed to have work. So I woke up at 9, and then so I'm like, Daniel, get up. So Daniel and I were both up at 9. Okay, just remember that Daniel and I were up at 9. So we go into Bryce's room to wake him up. We're like, okay, well, he's probably not up because it's Bryce. And yeah, it's Bryce. So we go in there to wake him up, and we walk in there. We're like, Bryce, get up. Bryce, get up. He doesn't get up. So I walk over there and I just jump on him. Just full on, just body slam him while he's on his bed. The kid just doesn't wake up, doesn't even flinch. And we're like, holy crap, is he dead? Turns out he was alive. So we're like, okay, we'll let him sleep for a little bit longer. You know, maybe he's like super tired. So, and he has a TV on this whole time. He's like, he must have fallen asleep watching like football or something. But that's not relevant to the story, just a fact. And he had, so we're walking out of his room, and he has his bucket hat hanging up. I'm like, Daniel, watch this. I grab the bucket hat and I throw it at him like a ninja star, and it lands right on top of his face. He just goes, it just lets out this really weird moan. Like, it's weird. So then we walk out, and about an hour and a half later, Daniel and I are super hungry. And Daniel's like, Daniel doesn't live that far away from Bryce. He lives like half a block. So, and Daniel's like, you know what, I really feel like just going home, and it's so I can eat and just go play Xbox or something. And I'm like, yeah, he won't do it. Daniel just left. Daniel was so sick of it, he just left. He went home, made himself whatever, and then started playing Xbox. And I'm still at Bryce's house. So by this time, it's about 10:30 in the morning. So I go in there again, and I had really screwed up my back the day before, so it hurt to walk. So I walk in there, almost fall over because of the pain in my lower back. And I walk in there, Bryce is still sleeping. I lay on him again, and I'm like, ugh, my God, Bryce, just get up. So I start hitting him with stuff. I hit him with the pillow and stuff. So then I'm like, you know what, screw it. After like 10 minutes of trying, I go back out into his living room where I was sleeping, and my phone was getting dead, so I just plugged my phone in or whatever. And about 20 minutes later, so I'd say about 11 o'clock in the morning, his mom comes down, and she's like, how'd you sleep? I'm like, I slept all right. My back hurts a little bit. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry about that. And she goes, is Bryce still sleeping? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, well, how long have you been up? I'm gonna go 3 hours. And she goes, oh, for God's sake. She walks in there, starts hitting Bryce with stuff. The kid still doesn't wake up. Okay, he gets hit. His mom's yelling at him. He's still not up. So at about 11:30, I go back in there, try to get him up again. Another one. He doesn't get up.
Another one.
He just won't wake up. And I know he's awake. He's just refusing to just get up out of his bed. So again, at about, I'd say 11:40ish, his mom came down again. This time because they had a birthday party to go to. So she had this wrapping paper because she had to wrap gifts. And she comes down again, and she goes, Bryce, get up. And he's just laying there. She starts hitting him with this roll of wrapping paper, just like on the feet and stuff. She's like hitting him with it. Doesn't even flinch. And then she like being the sassiness that Bryce is, his mom hit him with it, and it like flopped over because it's wrapping paper and isn't very strong. He goes, nice going, Mom, you broke it. I'm like, you don't say anything. The first thing you say in the morning is, you sassy mother. And I don't know why he did that. I'm like, you idiot. I would get freaking slapped in the face if I did that to my mom. And anyway, so he finally like starts to move a little bit. So I finally figured out he's not dead. And I'm just sitting there, whatever. I go on my phone again, just start watching American Dad or whatever. And then he finally like starts to move and like wake up a little bit. So I'm like, yay. I'm like, Bryce, come on, let's go get food. I'm really hungry. I've been up for the past 4 hours. I haven't had anything to eat. I didn't have anything to eat last night. So without saying a word, he sits up in his bed, no shirt on or anything. He looks at me, he grabs his phone, and frickin' starts watching CSI Miami on his goddamn phone on Netflix. And CSI Miami episodes are 41 minutes long. He watches basically all of it. And finally, his mom yells down at him, Bryce, get up! And his mom had gone to McDonald's before, I don't know why, but she had gone to McDonald's and she had got us cheeseburgers and fries for breakfast because it was just awesome like that. And so she had told him the first time she had come down at like 10:30-ish And it's not like he had to make breakfast. You literally had to go up there and just grab the cheeseburgers. That's all we had to do. And apparently that was too incredible for his feeble mind to grasp. So he had thought that we had to go up and make the cheeseburgers. And so because
She gets
me and
everything
Bryce-
separate, so Bryce has to make the
Yeah.
McDonald's cheeseburger.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, you can't trust Bryce to do that, okay? I mean,
Getting him
seriously,
ready.
he won't even microwave. He won't even put chimichangas in the goddamn pizza oven. So, obviously, you can't trust to make a cheeseburger. And so we finally, he's finally finished watching his stupid episode of CSI Miami, and I'm like, okay, that was unnecessary. And he had been at his dad's the week before, and he had this big bag full of dirty clothes, and it's right at the foot of. So, he didn't have a shirt on. So, instead of getting up and trying to wake up and go to his drawers and grab a clean shirt, he frickin' slides on his stomach, scooches over to the foot of the bed, and just rummages through his bag and just grabs a dirty shirt out of his freaking bag. And then he grabs a pair of dirty shorts. And I'm like, Bryce, you nasty.
Boy,
So
you nasty.
Yeah, he's nasty. So he grabs the shirt and the shorts. We walk upstairs, and the freaking the cheeseburgers are ready. They're sitting there in a bag. And it's, they're cold, so we had a microwave and everything, so they weren't very good. But cheeseburgers are cheeseburgers. So I woke up 4 hours before this. I've literally been doing nothing that I can't do on my house. I've just been sitting there on my phone. I haven't even talked to Bryce yet this morning. And because I had hurt my back, I'm like, screw it, I'm going home. When on their way to the birthday party, I'm going to drop me off. So they dropped me off. I'm like, that was one of the worst like sleepover birthday parties, sleepover freaking mornings I've ever had. I freaking couldn't get this sleepy, bare, fat ass out of bed, and I freaking ate a cheeseburger that was cold and microwaved. It was horrible.
Freaking when Bryce wouldn't feed us chimichangas, that was so funny. Oh my god.
It made me so mad.
No.
Dude, he was so salty though.
I know, he was so mad. Like the Monday before this was yesterday, which was Friday night. The week before on Monday, him and Daniel had come over again. And in the morning, instead of being a freaking sweaty nerd like Bryce and me not feeding them, I tore apart my kitchen and I made them waffles while they just sat there and watched videos. I didn't ask them to help. And I actually ran down to the lake and grabbed some chocolate to put in them. And Bryce,
I ran with you.
no, I'm not going to make you guys any chimichangas because chimichangas are too freaking hard to make because I'm Bryce.
They're
So
mine.
it's like, yeah. Everybody just like spam Novi34 like hate messages like, why the hell won't you make any chimichangas?
Hashtag.
Go
Everybody,
fucking
if you
drink bleach.
no, don't say that. Just say why
Hashtag
won't you make us
feed me
Just go
hashtag-
say why won't you make chimichangas?
Hashtag feed me chimichangas in the chat.
Yeah, hashtag free chimichangas. So
Chimichanga
yeah,
lives
his
matter.
His gamer tag is Novi34 and the O in Novi is a 0.
Yeah, go
And
spam.
yeah, just
go
start spamming. If you have an Xbox One, just spam a messages. Say, why won't you make chimichangas? Please, that would be absolutely hilarious.
Even if you don't have an Xbox One, make it your life goal to purchase one just so you can message him.
Just so you can message Bryce saying, why
Just
the hell
gets
won't you make
an Xbox
chimichangas?
One, messages him, and then just throws it away.
Exactly.
It's like, why the
Life
hell?
Give it,
complete.
go give it to some homeless dude.
Yeah, like, I mean, as long as you just message him saying about something about chimichangas, you're fine.
Yeah. But, well,
That's my story about Bryce and his fatness.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that. Just a little bit of story time with us. If you guys like these story time things, we have thousands more. So,
We
comment.
make this a tradition.
yeah, like story time Saturday.
Storytime Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could have like an hour live stream of us just telling funny stories.
it'd be a podcast then.
Yeah, I guess really. Or if we
But,
just go
yeah.
running GTA the whole time.
Like the video and comment if you guys want to see more videos like this.
Just drives around.
Yeah, we've
what
literally
I'm
just
doing.
been like driving on the same roads the entire time.
I've been freaking
Yeah, we-
trying to catch up with you in my goddamn hockey.
We've gone all the way around Los Santos while I'm been talking about this.
Oh, well, again, like, comment, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff. This has been Philly Willy Nilly, Philly Silly Willy Nilly, Philly Billy?
Hillbilly.
Yeah, Philly Billy. And Alec, and the snack that smiles back, Skittles. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fancy stuff. See you guys in the next one. Peace!